Hi guys, long time no see. It's not been a long time for you, but it's literally been a month since I've sat down and filmed properly. I have been attempting to vlog my confinement. For those of you that don't know, I had a baby almost a month ago now. It's just a little over a month, and for 1 month I was at home recovering, looking after Maxwell, and I tried to vlog. It was a little hard because I did get a bit crook, but that is hopefully going to be up eventually. Anyway, today I wanted to sit down and play with the new Sugarpill Fun Size palette. I bought a ridiculous amount of things during confinement. I don't know, something about staying up at night, 3 a.m., waking up, breastfeeding. You're on your phone, scrolling through all the new releases, and things happen. So this is one of many purchases. I don't know, I think I might do a whole video at some point because it's been a while since I've done one, and I've bought a lot of random things, like not just makeup. I'm talking like Instagram hipster chocolate, a journal, pens, things that, I mean, it's questionable that I needed, but I think when you're in that kind of mind state, something happens. And it's funny because someone actually messaged me on Instagram because I was posting Instagram stories and said they felt the same way. Anyway, moving on. We're going to be playing with this palette. I did this grungy rainbow look on Instagram the other day. I didn't film it, I was just playing with this palette. And a lot of you really like this look. So I'm going to actually do that look again today. I can't quite remember how I got it. I'm just going to kind of try and recall. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of play with both of these palettes at the same time. Do the grungy, smoky kind of rainbow look on this side, and then attempt with similar shades on this side, because I have not played with the Pro palette in a long time. These are shades that I individually chose myself. Some of these are no longer available. They have reformulated some of them, but they're kind of similar to what they have like already in their permanent stock. So I'm gonna try and compare and contrast these two, kind of like a battle of the Sugarpill palettes. And we see, I must say, this is so much more digestible, and I've heard so many people say yes for smaller palettes, because when, you know, who needs a palette this big? Not me. I much prefer this size, especially for someone who has a lot of palettes and is already having difficulty with fitting everything into her drawer. I'm one of those people. Recently did a palette declutter, link it in the cards if you want to see that, because I needed more space. But we're gonna play with this today, like I said. I'm gonna swatch first. That's usually what I do. I'm gonna swatch similar-ish shades. Okay, continue. There is nothing like continue for what I have. I don't have Buttercup from Sugarpill because I think it was out of stock at the time. Otherwise I would have liked to get it. We've got High Score, and then we've got I don't know the name, I'm sorry. I'll put it on the screen. This is from their single Twitch. And then most similar would be, actually there's nothing really similar. I mean, we've got this one, which is actually nothing like it really. Level Up, pink shade, and the pink shade from the single. So much more vibrant. Oh, that's stunning. That's so gorgeous. And this is Rage Quit. Oh, that's probably more like that one. We've got Cheat Code, and then this is from the single, super similar. We've got 8-bit, and I don't really have anything like 8-bit actually. I mean, there's the sky blue shade, which is nothing really like it. And then Play One, I don't have a purple from Sugarpill. So those are the shade comparisons. There definitely are some similarities. Okay, so let's go in with the look now. So I'm going to prime my eyelids first. I'm not going to use a white base. They are kind of on the pastel-y side. So I think, you know, if you want them to show up true to color, you would probably have to use a white base. Gonna start off with Continue. So that's what I used at the start. I did that all over my mobile lid, pretty much everywhere. Because at the start, I was thinking about doing like a mustard kind of look, but then I decided to use as many shades as I could. As much as I like, you know, like the idea of filming a first impression, sometimes I just enjoy just sitting down and just allowing myself to play with something without the pressure of having a camera film everything. And sometimes, honestly, the best looks I create are the ones that are off camera, unfortunately. And just kind of winged. Like I just wing it. So that's the shade on my eyelid. It definitely looks kind of less mustard than it does in the pan. And it's not super pigmented at the start, but it is buildable. Like I feel like I can get the opacity that I want. Okay, because I don't have a similar shade, I'm just gonna go in with the green from the Sugarpill single. So these looks are obviously gonna turn out completely different, FYI. But let's just try them out. You know what? I'm gonna get my headband because I can't. This is not a good look. I got my headband on. This is kind of like Studio Ghibli. What did I do next? I think I used cheat code, which is this one, and I put that right in the center. And again, because we've got that yellow underneath, it kind of does, in a way, change the tones a little bit, which is kind of how it ended up a little more grungy looking. And then kind of blended it with the yellow mustard shade. Same brush, I'm going to take that same color from the single, similar shade to the single. Yeah, it's definitely the single I feel like is more pigmented and a little bit brighter. I also took the purple Player One on the outer corner, kind of just blended it in next to Cheat Code. Again, because that mustard is underneath it, it has muted it a little. It's changed the tones just a little, I feel, than it would have if I had just gone up on with Player One straight on the lid. I don't have a purple from my Sugarpill. I'm gonna go in with some black actually instead. Can't even remember if I like this black. That's how long it's been since I've used this palette. Okay, definitely it's not the most pigmented black, but that'll do for now. We can fix it up later. What did I do next? I added some of the orange into the crease, and this is High Score. I just took this really small crease brush just to go above it. Taking it in circular motions. I love how that looks. I love all these shades all together. I feel like these shades in this palette work so beautifully together. It's just a really nice selection of colors. So I'm not surprised that this palette was very popular amongst, I mean, I've seen it everywhere on YouTube, I feel like. Although I know a lot of people that watch me don't necessarily go for super bright shades like this. So let me know, is this something that you're interested in? Is this like a more palatable rainbow palette? I don't know. I really enjoy playing with makeup. Not just, I mean, colorful makeup as well as more toned down. So I'm not sure if this is something that would appeal to the regular consumer. Probably not. I mean, I think Sugarpill is definitely kind of more of a niche brand. I'm gonna go back in with some of the purple. Sometimes I find like I overblend things. I just want to bring it back in. Okay, so that's that orange there, and I'm going to do the same with the orange. It's slightly deeper, the one from their single, so I'm not sure how this is going to work in the crease, but we're going to try it anyway. Mixed in with the black, it's kind of cool. Definitely kind of more grungy with the black. Just a little bit more edgier. And again, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that green, because I kind of took the orange, I didn't take it all the way into the crease, but kind of like in the center or 3/4 of the way. And the same with that mustard shade. Continue. I did take some of that red Game Over on the lower lash line, so that's what I'm going to do on this side. And I don't have a red here, so I'm just going to use that pink on this side. This pink is really beautiful. It's just a nice punchy pink. It's got a nice depth to it as well. I think I took some of Level Up underneath that, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of that underneath the red, just to give it some dimension. I'm going to take the peachy shade from the single, just run that underneath. I'm going to blend out the edges using this large brush. It's got nothing on it. I think that's all I did. I don't know. Is that all I did? I think I added a little bit of 8-bit. I'm going to add the tiniest bit in between purple and turquoise, just a smidgen. And we'll do the same with the light blue. So I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to do the rest of my face and come back and let you know what I think about each of the formulas. The lipstick I used in that Instagram story is from Suqqu. It's from their new collection. Apparently this is permanent, which is great because this is an awesome shade. The great thing about this shade as well is that it feels very balmy, so you can kind of do a sheer wash with color, and you can also build it up to make it really orange, which is what I like to do. Such a nice formula. And it's just a unique shade as well. There's something about Suqqu lipsticks that makes my lips look really nice and plump. I like both, honestly. I like both of these eyeshadows. I do feel like the singles are a bit more punchier. I feel like they've got more pigment behind them, whilst these are requiring a little bit more build up, but I actually don't mind that. I find that that is easier to work with, especially with colors like this. You can see that this look is a lot more kind of muted, I feel. It's still punchy, but it's not as vibrant as this side. I could have done a bit better with blending, but we're gonna ignore that. Anyway, I'm happy with this. I really do like this palette. I have used 7 of the 9 shades on my eyes, and I do feel like you could probably use every single shade on your eyelids and it's gonna look fantastic still. Like I said, I think that the color selection is really nice. It's not just your typical rainbow palette. There are slightly more interesting shades in here. You've got like a really nice mustard green, a red. I love that they have a red in here. And I like that it's all matte. I do like an all matte palette. I'd definitely rather go for all matte than all shimmer. That's just me. But I just think that an all matte rainbow look can look really, I don't know if sophisticated is the right word, because I don't think I'd go to like a fancy dinner party with this eye look, but I do think it's really cohesive. I like it. Both of these work for me. Both of them give me looks that I like. So I'm happy with both of them. I don't think I can say which one I prefer. I mean, like if you want a specific single, go for the singles. If you want a selection of nice, colorful shades, then go for this. It's really personal preference. But for me overall, this is just so much more palatable. Like I said, I would kind of reach for this more than I would my Pro palette. I can just see myself definitely using this a lot more, just because large eyeshadow palettes, I know myself and I just do not reach for it as often. There's something that's just more user-friendly about this size palette and these sized shadows, especially for colorful eyeshadows. They're not something that I use every day. I might take one of these colors and then add in a brown from my Visearts. That's generally how I like to do it. That's what I was thinking when I started going with this mustard, was using it all over the lid and then some browns in the crease and done. So I definitely think you can play this up or down depending on the shades that you pair them with. But this is just an example of how I can use the majority of the shades on the eyelid. And I love this look. I love this look. I think it's one of my favorite looks I've done recently. Sugarpill as well. The singles aren't cheap, so you really have to know what you're kind of going for. Hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know what you prefer. Like, let me know if you've got the singles, because I know some people like the singles over the palette. And let me know if you're gonna pick any of these things up, or you kind of like over rainbow palettes, because there seems to be quite a lot coming out recently. There's a lot of releases in general coming out recently. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.